Something else that I think you do really well, and I think the executive leadership team does well in general, because if you look at, again, the path of growth that SADA's had the past decade, the hockey stick doesn't lie. You can see the company
Yeah.
is doing well. So that tells me a lot of things. But one thing it tells me is, and you just brought this up a little bit, which is aligning with stakeholders, aligning
Hmm.
marketing and sales, and aligning with Tony and the whole team. I think this is something that when CMOs don't get this right, they don't last very long. When they
Yeah.
get this right, they have a really great career at a brand they love helping grow, and magic can happen. So what are some of these key pieces of aligning, marketing and business goals for you? Because it's something I feel like you've done well and continue to do that. What are some of the knowledge bombs you can drop on other CMOs?
Well, I think sometimes marketing works in silos from the rest of the business organization. And, we don't function that way. We're very connected as a leadership team. We set the business goals first and foremost. What is the growth we want to see? And then what is the strategic goals that we have? And the strategic goal could be, the global expansion, for example, that we're focused on this year. And what net new logos do we want to target and bring in? So it's one thing to protect the current install base, but then also what is the growth from net new logos that we want to bring into the customer base. It's also, strategic goals as it aligns from professional development or internal kind of development around DEI. These are where we start. We start at the high level strategic goal and the financial goals. And then we work our way into the departments. So I take those as my ultimate goal that I want to achieve. And then how do I align my campaigns and my go to market strategy to feed into that?
Hmm.
And so that is the prioritization that I do annually and then biannually. Actually, we always sit and review in the mid-year time frame of are we achieving where we want to be, and
Hmm.
sometimes we have to adjust what our strategic goals are, right? Depending on, because again, technology moves so quickly. Maybe there's something else new in the mix that we need to consider. So
Hmm.
we have to sit back down and re-strategize maybe for the second half of the year. And so the
Hmm.
marketing campaigns, communication, events we invest into, those sometimes have to adjust if one solution becomes more important or more of a priority or more of a challenge for our customers and we're hearing feedback from them. We make those
Hmm.
adjustments as we go. Nothing is set in stone, and you really have to be, agile, if you will, in the tech marketing, because that could change in a matter of 6 months.
We're in 2022 now. It's obviously the world's changed quite a bit in the past,
Mm.
couple years. I want to hear about the global expansion, but I also want to hear about what's working right now in terms of new client acquisition, net new logos, high level stuff, like just campaigns you're really excited about, initiatives that you've seen work really well in this day and age when, we have these hybrid events and we have
Yeah.
in person, we have virtual, we've got all kinds of things with demand gen and intelligence we can get on intent data and all that. What's working really well for you in terms of campaigns and demand and new client acquisition?
Two things really. One is we obviously do a lot of virtual events, but we don't do kind of one shot virtual events. We do actual, what we call crash courses. So
Okay.
they're multi week, comprehensive, roll up your sleeves, get dirty type of technical training programs. Because we want to be able to make sure that we're providing these services for engineers, developers, and business decision makers so that they fully understand what is entailed in going with Google. What are the benefits? What is the value add? And also, how does SADA show up to help you there? So it's not a 1 hour webinar. It's an actual program and comprehensive where you can then go easily and go get your Google certification. And those are all provided free. So we don't charge for any of those training programs. Most recently, we had SADA Ground School, which was a 2-day immersive program into 48 tracks, basically covering different aspects of Google Cloud. bringing in customers to share their successes, having, deep dive and demos into the technical products. Those are how we nurture, if you will, the marketplace. For anything net new, that is the investment we're making to make sure that they're trained properly, they have the information that they need to then make informed decisions on, do they want to go Google? Do they want to start another workload and test it out, or do a proof of concept? So that's one investment. Second is in-person events, which we recently started beginning of this year. And we realized those are really working well for us to accelerate deals. So deals that we already have in pipeline, or customers that we already have in pipeline, to help develop those relationships. It's still important to meet face to face. That's where trust is built. And so having those, in-person events are critical to our success, and we will continue to invest in those. But we keep them intimate, and we keep them focused. And so it's not big 10,000 person conferences.
Mm-hmm.
It's more
Mm-hmm.
intimate, of like 15, 20 people that can really build a community, have some networking, bring the customers, bring potential customers together, and allow them to also build those relationships.
There's a great track record, it appears, at SADA of customers becoming partners and vice versa,
Mm-hmm.
right? What do you do to kind of help that natural transition between partner and customer?
Well, we've gone both ways, right? We have customers who have been longtime customers of SADA. There's a trust there. They understand the services and the investments that we make into really bringing experts to the forefront. So they want to tap into that. And they're like, hey, how about we go to market together? How can we co-sell together? So we always want to bring in complementary solutions to our current customer base, right? And be able to now become their trusted advisor for other solutions outside of Google Cloud that they're looking to improve, whether it's security type of services, or data, or database type of solutions that can really complement what they're doing with Google Cloud. We then developed a program called the SaaS Alliance program, where they can come into that program as a go-to-market partner with us, so that we can do some co-selling, co-marketing initiatives together. And they have, dedicated account managers that actually run the go-to-market strategies with them. Some of them have dedicated sales representatives that do nothing but source business for them. So we're able to now take this customer who was, successful in getting them up and running in Google Cloud, but now we're expanding the scope of services to them by helping them grow and tap into additional account base.
Wow, that's interesting. So the SaaS Alliance program is it for only customers, or for potential partners as well, or it's only for existing customers?
Only for customers who want to be in the program and run on Google Cloud with SADA. Yes.
Really smart. I love it. And then to your earlier point, just around, it seems like the virtual events, the crash courses, a lot of education of like, hey, SADA's thought leadership positioned at the top, make sure they're sharing lots of value. I like this idea of like multi-week, like, real value-based information that's going to help gear them up. And like you said, some of them can even, take a certification right after that and be certified. And to your point as well, I'm hearing more and more now, in terms of the in-person events, that smaller, intentional, 10 to 15 small, like private VIP kind of dinner, engagement. We had about 20 or 30 CMOs here at our studio 2 weeks ago for the Forrester B2B conference. And at this conference, there are a ton of parties happening. A lot of, everyone is being invited everywhere. Well, we had a bunch of really awesome logos here, and they all commented on they wanted something small and kind of more intimate. And so everyone got FaceTime and connected, and we had, the whole thing. So I think that's a strong move moving this year, is like, how do we focus on those smaller events? And you can go really wide there.
Yes. And we have a customer advisory board, and that was really an important initiative for us to put together last year, so that we're all, we're bringing customers together to build their own network and build their own relationships. We know
Brilliant.
that, CIOs don't make decisions in silos, right? Majority of the time they're tapping into their network of what solution are you using? How did you go about this? Or, how do you manage this challenge? And so it's really important for us to provide them with that level of access to others in the industry, and help them grow their network and collaborate together. And so we do these monthly, CAB events around different subject matter, very intimate setting where there's a trust within the community already built. So they're able to talk about their specific challenges and advise each other. And it's really beautiful to see.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. This segment is brought to you by Salesforce. Salesforce brings marketing and engagement together. If you want to learn more, head over to salesforce.com/marketing. And please subscribe to this channel for more marketing insights from the world's best marketing leaders across the Fortune 500 and beyond.